Okay, so let's get into. I'm here with Sarah Colonna, who stayed, and we went over more stuff. And I want to just go over Southern Charm. I know you're not someone that's up on the show, but I just need to talk about this because it's kind of crazy. The whole show is falling apart.
Okay.
Southern Charm is a show that's been on for many years. It's very popular.
Mm-hmm.
It features both men and women. And so this girl, Cameron, who was really a big part of the show.
Right.
Because she used to be on Real World San Diego.
Oh, right.
And the way the show came about is it was a casted show. They were like, we need some Southern people. They found a couple of the guys. It was going to be like gentlemen behaving badly. And then they found Cameron, and they did not know each other, but they became real friends. And she has this doctor husband that was never featured on the show. Like, we never saw him, maybe just the back of him going to like one party a year. And that's always kind of an interesting thing because mostly people will have to include their husbands in things. But I think because she was a reality show veteran, she was smart enough to go, he doesn't want to be part of it. He's not going to be part of it. Well, there's this other girl, Catherine, who had 2 babies with this guy, Thomas Ravenel, who's 57 years old. Okay. But she was very young. And he had to leave the show because of like rape charges and things.
No, really?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
He's very bitter and pissed about the show. But this girl, Catherine, supposedly put out there that Cameron, her husband, who's the doctor that we never see, had some type of inappropriate relationship with this other makeup artist. Well, the 2 other girls that are Cameron's friends have exposed it all on social media that the girl doesn't even know anybody, hasn't ever met Cameron's husband, but they're all like, we're all quitting. We're just like, enough of this bullshit. They're all blaming each other and getting off the show.
Wow. Like, talk about not saving the drama for the show.
I
Like,
know.
It's all behind the scenes. So that's just it? The show's
That's
going to
it.
be
I
over?
mean, the show looks to be over right now, but I still don't know if it's really over.
I mean, because if they bring them all back with all this drama, it's only better TV, right?
Yeah. Do you know Meghan King Edmonds,
Mm-hmm.
John Edmonds' wife? Well,
Jim Edmonds, right?
Oh, you're right, Jim Edmonds. She already has a new boyfriend.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Who?
Some hot guy who also has a podcast, and what does he do? Like flip houses or something? I don't know. He's pretty cute. But we were talking about it, and Kelly was like really shocked. She's like, how does she even have time to have a new boyfriend? Because Jim Edmonds and her broke up. He went with a girl that they had a threesome with.
Oh, right.
And they're together. And she's got one little girl
This
who's
is why
3.
you don't have threesomes.
Exactly. Exactly. I know. So she has a little girl and then 2 boys, twin boys, and the one boy, Hart, has like a very challenging condition. So she does a lot of alternative medicine and therapies with him out here in Southern California. So she just got a boyfriend. So Kelly was like, how does she have any time? How is she not exhausted?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. But she needs she deserves to have a boyfriend too. Just
I'm
don't
like,
have any threesomes with him.
No, but I think she's probably pretty great in the sack. She's really beautiful. I think when the kids are not around, and right now they're with Jim, she's ready to have some fun.
Yeah, fair.
And she's famous. She's kind of making him famous. Not that that's why he's with her, but I think that's kind of a nice little perk.
Yeah.
And she's young and beautiful. So, yeah, I don't think guys care. I think women think that guys care so much about women with kids. And I don't think they do.
No.
I mean, maybe when it really comes to like marrying them, maybe they really think about the whole picture or moving in. But if they're cute and they have some help and have some time away from their children, I don't think guys ever are like, oh, she'd be perfect if she didn't have that child.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think it
seems like
just depends. Like if you don't want kids at all, and you're
Right.
and you're like super into that person, then you'd be like, oh, I can't even go there. But if you're just like having fun, and you're also like, well, I don't care if she has kids already. I can be, if I don't mind I want to be a stepdad. Like I never wanted kids, but I always thought if I met someone that had like a
Right.
grown kid, no, not baby, but like a grown kid, I'd have been like, that's fine. I'll be a stepmom.
But would you ever not But don't you think most people too, if they're attracted, be like, yeah, let's date, let's have some sex, like, let's deal with that later.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't
Because
think
it
that's
doesn't
like a
have to
deal
be.
breaker. I mean, unless you're like really ready to get married, which I don't think this guy is. But anyway, thought that was kind of juicy. Oh, can we just look at this photo of Jessica Simpson and her dad?
Oh,
Oh, wait,
wait.
hold on.
Her dad doesn't look like he's doing great.
I just can't get over this outfit.
I mean,
It looks like he has like pastel paisley, not
looks
pastel, paisley pajamas on. And then he has like a long black and white duster, striped duster. So it's like two patterns together.
I know it just makes him he just looks like he's not doing well. Like he looks like he is out of it, right? Like he looks like he's like in pajamas. He looks a little bloated. I'm worried about him.
I'll never forget when I
Where's
met him. He launched a clothing line, and I went to his house in Malibu with Peter to go to this party.
and
It was very weird. The whole thing was weird.
well, I mean, if he has a
First of
clothing
all,
line, this is not a good representation
that
of your
jacket
clothing
is
line.
from the clothing line. It was like this weird trying to be hip hop. Like I remember there was like we took some stuff home and we were like, what is this? It was like a white dress shirt, and then at the waist it stopped and it was black and it went like to your knees. Or maybe it was black and the bottom was to the white, but it was for a guy, almost like a dress for a guy. And then he had all these gay guys there, because obviously they love fashion. And but I was talking to him, and I was like, what am I going to talk to him about? So I brought up the fact that I loved Jessica Simpson's TV show that was a show about fashion, but it was about people brought up. I thought this was so good. And I still don't understand why I didn't do well because I was so into it. Like Project Runway is like they have an assignment they have to do, an outfit. This was designers came with like a dress or a pantsuit or something in front of like Saks Fifth Avenue buyers, Macy's, and then like maybe like a Kohl's or something. And then they decided, do we want to buy this unit of clothing? And Jessica was like, kind of like a judge of it, like what she thought the best clothes
Oh,
was.
right.
So
Okay.
I was like, I think was such a good idea. I don't know why like this didn't go further. And he was telling me about all the deals he put together. And he was like, he was doing this weird thing with his tongue. He's like, well, yeah, I told Jessica that, and I don't know if it was Southern. I don't know if it's.
Well, I'm from the South, and I've never.
I don't know
talked
what
like
it
that.
was. I don't want to be like below deck and say anything.
Right.
But I thought it was a very odd way of speaking.
Right.
And I mean, he was able to get his thoughts and everything out. That he'd put the show together, and I thought the show was great. And Jessica didn't show up, but Ashley and Ashley Simpson and Evan
Right.
Ross showed up. And
Where's this photo from? Like he just looks
just
disheveled.
recent. This is like recent, like a book launch or something, because she has clothes at Macy's.
Yeah, he just looks like disheveled or something. Like
He's
just,
gained a lot of weight. Okay. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know you don't really watch it, but I just want to say that the Zoom reunions are kind of amazing.
oh, really?
Yes, do not be turned off by a Zoom reality show reunion.
Okay,
Because
because I'm worried about the future of all these things. Like, I want to know that I'm going to get my good entertainment.
First of all, they're not. It's only Zooms are only allowed for reunions, in my opinion. That's the only way I like
Okay.
them.
I tried to watch The Voice last night, and I was like, "This. I know they're doing the best they can."
No, I can't watch
and
anything.
I feel so bad for all these people that had like this was their big moment on The Voice. But I'm like, I can't watch you sing in your bathroom. I just can't do it.
No, it doesn't
it's a
work
bummer.
like that. But what's kind of good about the reunion is we used to see the people like dressed up on a couch, and they'd be screaming at each other. Now, if they're screaming at each other, like Andy will like mute one of them. And
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then like Candy and Nene were getting at it, and Candy like looks at her like, laptop, and she's like, I'm embedded in your freaking brain. You're obsessed with me. And like Nene was just like, And then all of a sudden they're like, and then there's like juice that came out where like Nene's husband was having an inappropriate FaceTime relationship with their house cleaner.
Oh.
Yeah, and she was just like, and then someone's like, does Nene have her like they call them reads, like their mean thing to say to each other? And she's like, oh yes, I had my things typed out, written out, all the mean things I was going to say to everybody. I mean, it was just, because they say the meanest stuff to each other, the most cruel, like below the belt, Atlanta
Yeah.
Housewives.
I mean, I love that he can mute them though, because that's what I was wondering is like how to watch something. I guess didn't they do Summer House did a Zoom? Or was it
Yes.
more like a Zoom catch up? Or was it
No, they did a Zoom reunion.
Yeah, that's right, they did.
But also, I
Okay.
think like you could also edit it. So if two people were saying a great thing, and you really want to capture it, you can, because it's not like they're sitting across the couch and you can't hear because two people are going. Each person's getting their own recording. So
Right.
it's like, I thought it was kind of amazing personally, but
I might watch it just even though I don't watch the show.
I mean,
watch
you
a
might just want to
reunion.
watch the
I just want to
things.
see her get in her face and be like, I'm embedded in your brain.
Now, you're from the South and you're a cheerleader.
I was on drill team, but close enough.
Okay. University of Kentucky, which I guess has one of those amazing cheer teams. I don't know if they're as good as that junior college one from the Netflix show.
Navarro.
Yeah. So weird. Anyway, but this one, I guess they went to like cheer camp with their coaches that are both male and female. They got wasted. They had to like jump off like at the lake or whatever naked. They had to do their cheerleading routines with no underwear on. They were like
They were being hazed, kind of.
hey, they're being
Yeah.
hazed. They were everything. And so they fired I guess they fired all the coaches.
I mean, we went to drill team camp. Same outfits as cheerleaders, by the way. Just we danced instead of cheered. If people don't know what drill team is,
I
'cause I think
know.
it's different in some places.
Okay.
But anyway, we went to like a university.
Right.
We all stayed in the same dorm. Like we were split up in rooms because it was like
Mhm.
basically when school was out. So you were in these dorms and like there was definitely none of what this is. I was never on a boat. I mean, this sounds more fun.
There was alcohol poisoning, like they were getting wasted. They were,
So how did it come out? Like, how did the kids go back? Or like,
can you look up how that kind of came out and see if there's anything more on it? I don't know, but I think that they just, it's just shocking, really.
I
Like,
know that and especially that these two grown adults think they can just do that, like get away with that and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring our high school students and like get them
Well, it's like-
wasted and
I can't believe this is the first year that it happened. So, like, who's the narc that ruined it for everybody?
right.
I guess they don't care because they might not, have games anyway in the fall. Hopefully they will, but maybe not. But yeah, you know that it's going to be just like with sororities and fraternities. Someone told on it. There's going to be people that are going to like defend these coaches, and they're going to be like, no, this girl wanted it or whatever. I mean, nobody
Right.
was like it doesn't sound like anyone was raped or anything. It just like, what does it say? Kind of, what were some of the things they did? Because I'm trying.
Hazing, alcohol use,
Public nudity, alcohol use, hazing.
Yeah, this is definitely not the first year. You don't go from 1 year of like coaching normal and the next year being like, let's get them all wasted and make them do this without.
Yeah, it's about bonding, and it's like,
in the investigation.
So yeah, so one cheerleader's family was like, came forward about it. Investigation. What do you just walk around and ask the girls, hey, did you get
that girl, and now that girl like hates her family and her life is ruined. She was gonna have all this fun cheerleading, getting wasted, jumping into a lake without underwear on.
I just don't understand how it could have, like, how did it not get found out before? Because you think you'd be like, the girls would, at least tell their other friends, like, oh no, you got to get on cheer squad. Camp is badass. Like, we get wasted, we do shots, we have public nudity.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to trust everybody on that squad not to be a fucking narc if they're gonna catch you when you're coming down.
Yeah.
And the way they do that is by getting drunk, doing cartwheels without underwear on,
And then if they tell on you, then you know that they won't catch you at the bottom. when you
Exactly.
jump.
So it's
Yeah.
a long history of Southern tradition
It's just and someone blew it.
at the University of Kentucky. Too
God, I should have been a cheerleader.
bad. Okay, I want to also talk about. Speaking of sororities, Gamma Phi Beta is my sorority, and I just got an email saying that I'm being awarded some big international carnation. It's our flower award.
Like you get a big flower?
I First of all, out of all the things that have been canceled because of the quarantine,
No.
my kids' graduation,
Yeah.
the whole team, the whole season of my son's golf, stand-up gigs, weddings. When I saw this email that I was going to be awarded and that I was to give a speech, an
This is
award
your dream.
in Palm Desert
Come on.
in June of this year, and a panel discussion with all the Gamma Phi's from different chapters because of Corona, they said, we're just going to do like a streaming thing on Zoom or whatever, and can you do a speech?
Are you so devastated?
No, I'm not. Because you know what I
Really?
did?
What?
I wrote her and I said, my mom was a Gamma Phi Beta, and it's her dream to see it live from heaven, not on a streaming service. So what I would like to do is, could I accept this in 2 years? Because it's only every other year.
Oh,
And I will
smart.
come and I will bring my sorority sisters and we'll like make it happen. And she said, well, it probably won't be in Palm Desert, Palm Springs, but it'll probably be like in the middle of the country somewhere. I'm like, I'm there. I'm there. I would need to experience the whole thing. Like shit like this is what I live for. I've been never asked to do a commencement speech yet, which I've been praying to do. But I'm not going to do it during COVID.
No,
I'm
that was
not.
smart.
I know.
Yeah, because they gave you like, I mean,
You
that,
know, there's going to be like 4 people watching that thing.
yeah, no, you can't do it during that. I agree
No.
with you. That was smart. I'm proud of you for standing up for your dreams because that, like, to have that, I know how much that would mean to you and have that ripped out of your hands.
The only good thing is that I missed the initial email that was sent 3 months ago. Had I seen that email, I would have been so freaking excited about going to the Renaissance Hotel in Palm Springs that I would have absolutely, that's probably where I would have celebrated my birthday. I would have had
Yeah.
such a, I'm glad I missed the first email because the disappointment kind of ruined like my weekend, but it wasn't like, are you kidding me?
Oh, so you didn't even,
I didn't know. Like all of a sudden I got an email this weekend and she's like, I sent an email 3 months ago. I don't know if you ever saw it, which I didn't. You've been awarded this thing. This girl at Cal State Fullerton like wrote about you. And first of all, why did it take her, after all these years, the first one to nominate me? Nobody else in all these years have thought to nominate me.
well, and also why didn't she follow up from her 3-month email? I guess it's like, you're glad she didn't because
Yes,
you would have had too many plans around
And,
this.
and then she, so anyway.
Oh, they'd have to rip that carnation out of your cold, dead hands.
I'm not doing some speech that no one's watching. Oh, Chrissy Teigen. So you know the Chrissy Teigen
Oh, yes.
and
Alison
Alison
Roman.
Roman fight. Well, Alison Roman, they fired her from her New York Times column.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Well, so I was so curious about the fact that she said these things about Chrissy Teigen when Chrissy Teigen was executive producing her show. I was like, that seems like just a bad idea.
I don't think so.
Maybe
To
she didn't
recap
know.
it, so she did an interview, Alison Roman, and when I just reread the interview again, and really what she said was not that bad. So she said about Chrissy Teigen, she goes, it's kind of crazy. She has a cookbook. It gets really popular. Next thing you know, she's got a line at Target. Boom. Millions followers on an Instagram account, a food account, because herself, she has like 25 million. And, it's just kind of horrifying to me, like that this can happen so fast or whatever. It's not the route I want to go to. But you know who's laughing now? She is, because she's making a shit ton of money or something. So it wasn't the nicest thing to say, but it
It's like
wasn't
she
like.
said it was like, and she did Marie Kondo too. Like
So
she
then
said,
she says Marie Kondo. She goes, I find, her a little hypocritical because she's all about, decluttering, getting rid of your stuff. But now she is, in fact, selling like, organizing cubes and stuff.
right, and then she did say something where she left out like a word, and they thought she was like making fun of Marie's accent. Did you see that part? She was like,
No.
"Please to buy my stuff." She said something like that in the interview.
Okay, so now that makes more sense because when I'm just reading the article, I was like, and they made people made a big push to say that that they were perceived as disses to these two other women in her industry somewhat, and that because they both are of Asian descent, Chrissy Teigen and Marie, and she's white, that she was being a racist.
Right.
And I personally felt that was a bit of a stretch.
I mean, I don't think she was probably meaning it that way by any means, but I also think, like, what about Martha Stewart? Like, there's so many people who have done this. And also,
Right.
she was even saying in it, she's like, I'm going to have a limited cookware thing where she was, like, promoting her own limited cookware and a new TV show that she's doing. So I was like, I think it was just sort of confusing. Like, why are you shitting on someone else's success when
I
you're
think that's
literally
all it
saying
was.
you're
It was
doing the
it was
same
just
thing?
shitting on someone else's success. Maybe being bummed that when you came on the scene a few years ago that you didn't go that target route earlier, and so you're a little bit bitter Betty.
Yeah, a little bitter
And
Betty is
that's
what
that's all I think it was. I don't think that it was like. I mean, I
So-
think that was a bit of a stretch to
Yeah.
say that she's like,
Well, she had that, like, she said something like, please to buy my stuff. And she was talking about
So
Marie
that
Kondo.
looks pretty bad now.
And then the guy that wrote the column went and put, like, in another word, like, will you or something. And then everyone caught that, and then he took it back out, and then he wrote, so it just got worse and worse. And then he's like, I just want everyone to know she wasn't mocking her when she said that. And then Alison Romo was like, I was referring to a book called Please to the Table or something. Like, it just got worse and worse. And you're just like, maybe just say I thought I was doing a funny, I don't know.
you know who should not do an IG live together?
Her and Hannah Brown.
Yes.
Maybe they do need to do one together and just
Oh my
go for
God.
it.
Well, you see, Chrissy Teigen
they
gave
fired her.
everybody.
They fired her.
They fired her from the column. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they said it's on hiatus indefinitely forever.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was crappy, and I'm just like, can't we just don't, like, there's so, and then she said I couldn't
You
think.
just look like a
She's
bitter
like, I
Betty.
couldn't
that's
think
like-
of
yeah.
any guys that had done it. You're like, what about like
Guy Fieri,
yeah, and
all those
Emerald, and like
people.
all
Yeah,
those people
Emerald.
have.
Yes.
And what's his face with the cooking thing? George Foreman. Oh, he's
Yeah.
not.
And what
he's
about
not a
that?
chef.
What about Jack LaLanne, who had like a juicer?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
think that her cleanup of it was worse because she's like, well, no, I just couldn't think of any men that have ever done anything. And you're like, what? Like, guy, there's
Like,
so
yeah,
many
what
male
she should have
chefs.
said is, all right, you caught me. I was being a bitter, jealous bitch that day. And I
Exactly.
just, you know what? They're both super smart. I understand their popularity. Maybe I'm bummed that, I'm not where they're at, but okay.
Yeah.
Just like be honest about it.
It would have. I think that would have been better because all the
Yeah.
weird cleaning up just like got worse. And then her tweets were weird because she's like,
And then Chrissy Teigen just knows how to work it because she garnered all the sympathy and did that thing like, wow, I'm so hurt. Like, I love you. Like, I was going to be executive producer of your show.
yeah. I mean, I can't. She must have not had a clue that Chrissy Teigen was
Yeah.
being her executive producer because that.
Well,
Like,
that show's never going to happen.
No, because
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be like, what the fuck? I was about to produce your show and you just slammed my fucking cookware
It
line?
probably was. She probably had a show in development, and unbeknownst to her age, maybe they both are like at the agency, and in the last couple weeks, Chrissy Teigen's agent was like, okay, a couple things that we're working on. Obviously, nothing's going to happen during COVID, and you've got your line coming out. But there's a couple interesting projects I think that you might want to get your foot in. Do you know Alison Roman? Oh my God, of course I do. I love her. Okay, well, she's got a deal. We're not exactly sure when it's going to start filming, what it's going to be, but I think it would be great. You could be, what I'm working for is maybe like an EP, maybe an appearance here or there. And okay, that sounds good. That was probably all it was. And therefore, that conversation never probably even got back to Alison Roman, that there were people behind the scenes throwing
I just
names
can't
around. Because people
imagine
throw
how
names
how
around
does
in
that
meetings,
I
and that's all
know.
it means.
But if she was really signed on, how could you not know? Like, so your person, your
That's why I don't
producer
think-
would call you and be like, "Oh my God, we got Chrissy Teigen."
I don't think she was signed on. I
Yeah.
think that's why she was like, wow, and I was thinking about doing this, or I'd just been
Right.
offered this, and I guess I can't do it now because you hate me. And then, so everyone was getting her PR boxes that she sent.
Right.
So I was a little butthurt. I didn't get one.
Yeah.
So Kelly and I went to Target yesterday, and we put our own basket together.
Mhm.
And she filled it so perfectly that people totally thought that I got that basket. And
I
was
did it
just-
first until I saw you like that you were at Target. It made me laugh so hard. But I was like, God, I kind of want one.
Who wouldn't? Because everybody think that got one was like, hey, it's my girl Chrissy. Woo, can't wait. You're going to cook for me, girlfriend. Yeah, I called her badass mama. I don't know if anyone calls her that, but that's what I call Chrissy. And because she's a mom. I don't know how she does it all. And, and John's playing piano as she's making jambalaya. And the two little perfect kids are, sitting on the counter.
Oh, those kids are cute.
Oh, my God. They're so cute. And they first of all, I think it's like the kids equally look like both kids.
Yeah.
Like the four of them as a family have morphed into one person. They
Yeah.
all have that same
The same face.
face, coloring. Like, it's pretty cute. So, anyway, I don't know. I thought she would have loved it with her great sense of humor, but I haven't heard from her.
Well, I think maybe you'll get a basket now. Remember when everyone got?
God, I would love to
Remember when everyone got Beyonce's like wardrobe or something, and they were opening up their wardrobes, and I was like, I'll never ever be on the list to get one of those.
And you weren't.
No.
I think you should wrap it because it's.
All right, I will wrap it. I just wanted to say that Ben Affleck has been taking lots of walks with his mask with his girlfriend. And meanwhile,
that's
Jennifer
nice.
Garner is doing all these videos of her just like folding clothes in her laundry room with her mask on.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't believe that you folded clothes with your mask on in your laundry room.
No, first of all, you don't need to wear it in your own house.
Well, she knows that everyone loves to see a mask. They do.
Like, I just want to be able to breathe in my own house. Like, I'm not gonna go so far. I endorse wearing masks, and I wear them. I have one with me.
Yes, you do.
Well,
It was a
I
cute
came
one.
in with it.
Yeah.
It's very cute. People can get them from masksforacause.com. My friend is making them right here in Burbank. And
Oh,
then for
awesome.
everyone sold, she donates one too. Because they're obviously not medical, but
Yeah.
they're just out of cute designs that she has because she's a handbag designer.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then she donates one to homeless shelters or to, other places that need just them. So if
Yeah, I
anyone
love
needs one
it.
still.
Hey, the masks are going to be around for, I think, a really long time. So it's good to have a few, too, so you can wash them and,
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about before you go? Anything else people should know?
No, just hopefully when stand up comes back, we'll have some dates, right? And then-
Someone asked me, what was the big roller you're using on your face? That no one ever seen a roller that big.
it's an ice roller, and I think it's from Pure Botanicals makes it. I
Uh-huh.
just got it on Amazon. If you just put in ice roller, you'll see it's like $11, and I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. It's just like you keep the roller part frozen,
Yeah.
and then in the morning, I like to do it in the morning. You wake up and you just roll all over, and it just like any puffiness goes away. Long term, they say it helps tighten your face. Who knows? I just know it feels good in the meantime.
And do you put any cream or just cold roll?
Well, you can call. I just do it cold, but it does apparently it says do it after your everything's on, so maybe it helps get stuff in too, after you put your
Mhm.
moisturizer and stuff on. But you can really do it whenever you want. I do it multiple times during the day. I'm obsessed.
All right, I'm getting one.
Yeah, it's $12, girl.
Well, I mean,
Sorry that Chrissy Teigen didn't send you one, but
and it's not your product either.
I know it's
What
not.
are we doing?
I'm just endorsing Pure Botanicals ice
All right,
rollers.
thank you, Sarah Colonna. Bye.
Bye.